haven't been in here yet. It's cool.
It's really cool. This whole place is incredible. What were your first impressions when you guys got to go in the new locker room and walk around here?
Oh, it was awesome. We're so freaking lucky. It's definitely far and away the coolest locker room I've ever seen, been a part of, and just huge thank you to everyone who helped make that possible. And I think we're all just trying to be as grateful as we possibly can because it's really cool.
What was it like? The last time you had been on a football field in a competitive setting was coming off that Navy game. What was it like finally being out there in a game situation again for you?
It was a lot of fun, because you get to compete and play quarterback at practice during camp and throughout the summer. But once the bullets are live, that competitive fire is just a little bit different. And to be honest, it felt good to get hit a little bit. It felt good to get banged around a little bit. And being back out there with the guys, I was telling Coach Woods, we were in our stretch lines, and I was just like, there's just nothing like it, and there's nothing that even comes close to it. So, you got to thank God for letting me be able to come back and play the game that I love again, and I just feel really blessed.
After having some time to reflect on the game, maybe watch some of it back, is anything new kind of jumping out to you, maybe that we didn't talk about post-game?
Not a ton. I mean, I feel like like I said after the game, I think our O-line did a great job. They kept my jersey clean pretty much the whole night, and I think there's definitely a couple things that myself, receivers, kind of the whole offense as a unit that we got to get on the same page with. But overall, I couldn't be more proud of how we fought in the second half, and I think it's a testament to the brotherhood that we have, the culture that we have, that we're not going to give up when adversity hits, and I was really proud of the way we handled that.
A lot of coaches talk about that jump a team takes from game 1 to game 2. Just how important is it for you guys to clean up some of those things, going into this one and really feel like you do take that step?
Yeah, I think you're exactly right. There's always tends to be a pretty big jump from game 1 to game 2. I think the biggest thing that's going to take us throughout the whole year is that we've got a lot of guys on the team who really love football. So regardless of if we're beating a team 60-0 or we have to score with a minute left to win the game, almost all these guys are going to show up on Monday and be excited to just play football again. So that's what I've seen in our past 2 practices this week, that there's a lot of excitement. A lot of that might be sparked by we're about to play our first home game, new facility. But more than anything, we got a lot of guys on our team who really love football.
What was it like for you to use the in-helmet communication in a game setting? Coach Lashley said he was forgetting to press a button a couple times. What was that experience?
There was once or twice where I had to run over the sideline. I'm like, Coach, I can't hear you. No, it was really cool. I think it definitely helps with just expediting my process. How I look at defenses, how I get guys set, helps me make that a little bit faster. And I was really thankful for Coach Lashley, just his demeanor and the way he communicated to me throughout the game. Helped me stay calm and helped us finish in the fourth quarter.
With going into the game, knowing you were getting the first 2 series, Kevin was going to come in the next 2, how did you kind of approach those first 2 series any differently? And then kind of how did you approach the 2 series where he was in, where you kind of get to step back on the sideline and kind of watch before you go back in?
Yeah, obviously that was a experience that I hadn't really had before. But when I was on the sideline, my main focus was just trying to pick up anything I might not have been seeing the first 2 series. But as far as my first 2 series, I was going out there, and I think you guys could tell in the second play, I just wanted to cut it loose and rip the ball. So, my approach pretty much stayed the same going into the game. And once I came off, I was just trying to pick up anything I could.
I know you talked post-game about him, but RJ Maryland, just a guy who can create mismatches. Like you mentioned, you see him one-on-one, that's going to be an opportunity. How big is he as an asset in that regard?
Huge. He's huge. RJ is obviously incredibly talented, And I think you guys got to see that on top of that talent that he has, when we need him, when it's the fourth quarter, he's going to step up, which there's a lot of really talented guys across the country, but I think there's a small percentage of guys who can really take over a game when you really need a team to, and RJ is definitely one of those guys.
Is there a biggest thing that you want to see yourself or this team do on Saturday, whether differently or build on last week?
I think we were all really excited to play. That's something that we pride ourselves on, regardless of which game we're playing. We want to be the most excited team on the field. I think probably the biggest point of emphasis is just being consistent throughout the whole game. You can tell we kind of stalled in the first half from an offensive standpoint, and in the second half we got to really, stack drives, and looks like they're still working on the building a little bit. But I think the name of the game is consistency for us.
Is that it, guys?
It's awesome. All right. See you guys. Thank you.